Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is time for another Alliance War. This is war number 2 of Season 47, and this time we are taking on the Celestial Avengers. I am going to be on Path 7 in Section 1 and Path 7 in Section 2, and I'm going to be bringing in a team of Apocalypse, Titania, and Magneto House of X. And let's go ahead and jump in and get started. First fight up on Path 7 in Section 1 is going to be a Dragonman. Really, this can be semi-tricky node. Really, the only thing I'm worried about here is, Dragonman getting to a special 3, or, if I knock Dragonman down, he's going to get an armor break, which means then I will get a degen, since when you apply an armor break to Dragonman, he applies a degen to you. So here, I do throw on an invuln boost. Really probably didn't need to use it, but rather be safe than, risk something terribly wrong happening. So, this node's second wind, damage reflection, special burst lockdown, nothing on this is really going to affect me too much. My plan here is just get to the special 3, throw it off, do the heavies in the corner, win the fight. So you can see here, starting off well. I am taking the special 1 in the block. I do need to use Titania again for another fight, and I'm just using the debuff that he puts on for a little bit of willpower healing and also to remove his power gain buff. So here we are. We've got our Haymaker back up. I'm going to wait to throw it until after this special. Now the plan here is we're going to go in, 5-hit combo, try to go right into a heavy to hit him. Didn't work. Doesn't really matter. I was just going to try to get the extra debuff that way. But here we go, we toss a special 3. That alone does 20%. Now we've got him in a corner, and we're just going to heavy him. And there we go. Nice, easy Titania fight. Went exactly like I had planned it. A little bit of lag coming out of this fight. I remember thinking, oh great, it's I had a great fight, and it's going to crash out and not count. But there you go. Finally get the victory screen, and we can move on to the next fight. This one is going to be Apocalypse that we're going to use here. We used APOC last war on Path 7, and, even somebody in the comments of the video mentioned, APOC with, no ramp hits like a noodle. This at least gets me the ramp. Last war, the debate was whether I bring APOC and Cable and use APOC for a fight that I really wasn't comfortable with. Hindsight, probably should have done it. Would have sped up the other two. Would have saved me some potions. But here we go. At least we start off with a mutant on this path. The node really doesn't do anything for Storm. But I do get the 3 prowess to start off. And you can already see he's hitting harder. He's hitting harder than he was on the second fight last war. And here, I'm just trying to keep the debuffs on. Keep the poison going. With her glancing, I don't want this fight to go on forever. I'm very comfortable fighting Storm Pyramid X. I fight her in Alliance Quest multiple times a week. There I got a little bit lucky. I thought I had the timing on the heavy and, at least got the second part without her, hitting me in the face. Did have the invuln boost on though, in case, she did. So here we go. Now we're going to do another heavy to refresh that poison and the weakness. And toss off a special 2 right here. You notice she did glance it, so I didn't get any of my debuffs from it. So it just kind of made the fight longer. It would have been great to have that, those other 2 debuffs on there. And here, we're just going to play it safe. We're close to the end. Probably, was thinking, whether I threw the special 1 or not. Went ahead and threw it. Got her down, nice and clean. No items needed there to heal up. So we move ahead now to Section 2. And like I said, we're going to be on Path 7. And the first fight up that you're going to see there is a Werewolf by Night. This one, really the only thing that comes into play is I've got to knock him down to do any damage. Not that big of a deal. Got to watch out for some of the degens and things like that. But not too terribly concerned with the fight. Really, it's going to be a Titania fight. Kind of race to a special 3, throw the special 3, win the fight. I do start with a power start 1 here, just to kind of speed my ramp to a special 3, and because I want it for the next fight if I get this thing down in time. You know, took a couple ruptures there with the hits in the block. Not a big deal. You know, going to wait here till I get my haymaker. Now we're going to try to heavy. Now we're going to go into a special 3. Now here's where things get interesting. So we get the special 3 off. I go into heavy, and my phone just sits there. And then I go to do a second heavy, and he throws a special 1. So, well, you know, that didn't work. Just going to lengthen the fight. You know, he probably would have been dead there. But instead, I've got to go ahead and, you know, there I throw my striker in the middle of a combo, and somehow he blocks it. You know, a little worried at this point, but I figure, okay, I'm racing back to another haymaker. I'll be fine. Okay, we're at 1. There we are. We're now back to a haymaker. Now, we're going to try and do the same thing here again. I go for a heavy attack. He throws a special 1. I'm like, okay, great. Now I need to knock him down. Wait for the protection to drop. Now let's throw another special 3. And then we're going to finish him off. We're going to go into the corner. We're going to heavy, just like we're supposed to, and it'll be done. And he throws a special 1. So just really lengthened the fight. Wasn't ever in a whole lot of doubt, but it took what should have been a minute fight and made it almost 2. So, you know, not a very clean Titania fight, but very safe at the same time. And this is the same fight we took last war with APOC. You'll notice a difference, you know, don't have the mutant power back boost on or the increased damage, but I still take this fight quicker because of having the 4 prowess at the start on APOC. You know, makes a big difference in, you know, how he hits on his specials. And it's really the same thing that I'm going to do in this fight that I did in the last. Bait special 1s early, do shortened combos so I can, you know, when I'm going into my special attacks, so I don't push him up to 2 bars of power. You know, here we go. Perfect timing there. Now just a medium, light, medium into a special 2, and, you know, it does a decent amount of damage. And Kingpin's being very nice this time around. He is throwing specials pretty quickly, not having to bait too much. Here I do a little bit. You know, get a heavy off just to refresh. I was a little worried even on that heavy that I was going to push him over 2 bars. So really have to be careful. And then we're going to throw a special 1 here early. Now we've got all our debuffs on. Feeling pretty good. Just need him to throw some specials. And here I get a little risky. I throw a heavy and it does push him over 2 bars. So I'm holding block. I am hoping he does not throw that special 2. Fortunately, I have my, you know, hit into his block to get the stun, throw off a special 1, finish him off. Whew. Got a little close there at the end, but all in all, you know, a fairly clean war for me. And that was really it for me in this war. And while I am recording this before the end, it is most likely going to be another win. We are well ahead unless something drastic blows up. And so far for the season, I am at 9 kills, 0 deaths. For Loki should be 2-0. So with that, you know, I'm going to place the fights from my second account at the end of this. Not going to narrate them again. If you feel like watching, great. It is a Corvus Fest and a OG Iron Man. A few fights in there. There is a death in there where I got stupid and really just forgot to turn on recoils when I was using Corvus Glade. Didn't realize it on the first fight. Didn't realize it on the second. Both of them would have been much quicker, and I probably wouldn't have had a death. So, other than that, hope everybody has enjoyed it. Please leave a like and a comment down below if you want to. Please sub. I'm getting very close to 500 subs. Going to be doing a special stream on Sunday evening, 2/4 of 2024. If you want to join in, hopefully it'll be a 500 sub celebration. But until the next one, I hope everybody has a great day and take care.